Hi, I'm Admiral Pegasus. Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, as you can see, we're going to be talking about away teams. There has been a massive update in the form of a new Priority 1 mission. So this is going to be away teams 2.0. But what we're going to do in this video is we're actually going to show you how, we'll quickly cover how to do away teams for those of you who are new players and are watching this content for the first time and not sure how to do away teams. And then obviously we'll get into all the extra stuff that's been dropped today. So if you do end up liking this video, please give that thumbs up, a smash, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. So, away teams. So as you can see, I've got a mission ready to collect, but what is away teams? Well, basically it's a passive mechanic within Star Trek Fleet Command where basically you're going to send any of the officers that you've accrued pretty much through your game career out on particular missions to gain various different things. If we take a look at this planetary survey one, obviously what you're going to get here is you're going to get some of the premium recruit tokens, and you're going to get these service awards. Now you're going to need these when it comes to the research side of things, but we'll talk about that in just a second. And then obviously you've got a chance of doing a critical success reward where you can get various things from officer shards to latinum to faction credits, or some of the shuttle class, which is the away teams credits, which if we look at this lead expedition, as you can see, this is what we've got. We've got the actual credits for winning, and you've got the critical success as well. Now, to do away teams, basically you need to build a shuttle bay, and you need two particular things for the shuttle bay. So there's the shuttle bay. First you need Ops 8, and then the second thing you are going to need, if we quickly jump into the research station, is you are going to need, there it is across the top there, next to that prime build speed. If you click on that shuttle bay, make sure you unlock that, and then you've got access to the shuttle bay. As you can see, it's only one level. But like I say, you do need to be Ops level 8 to activate it. And then when you actually get that, then you're going to you can build the shuttle bay and start building it. Now the shuttle bay itself literally only costs materials and resources to build. As you can see, this is what mine's going to cost to take mine to level 60. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Now, the one thing is, it is easy to actually overlook this building if you don't keep on top of it. But don't worry, because of a new feature brought in by Scopely, if we have a look at, say, my war room, there's this new feature across the bottom there, that yellow button. If you actually press it, it will give you all the materials and resources that you are... it's going to tell you what you need to actually upgrade it up to your level. As you can see, there is a block as well for me going beyond level 60, but I can go from 22 to 60. All I need is 211,000 of the currency and 5.9 trillion steel to actually do it. And it's going to take me around 1,418 days to actually do all that. Yay. So that's going to be an interesting one. And what we'll do is just to show how this mechanic actually works, we're going to throw this in here, and if we click upgrade, we'll get rid of a building, get rid of the titanium. So just nice to throw something extra in about a new feature. So click and upgrade. Oh, whoops, messed that one up big time. So click on the button, click upgrade, and it says 291 days. There you go. It's going to do it. So I'm now going to ask for help. That's going to clear off a load of things. We'll come back to that later in the video and just actually watch it shoot up to the level it could go to. But anyway, jumping back on away teams then. So like I say, you need the shuttle bay to access these. Click on the away teams. Now you can go through the yellow exclamation mark, which is usually behind me or just above my camera, and that will bring you into this tab where obviously you've got the missions, away teams, daily goals, and the field training. Across on the far side, you've got the assignments refresh. Now the refresh button we did have when it was launched, obviously refresh tokens. They since disappeared because these refresh every 12 hours. And now they're bringing the refresh back in for the new content. But obviously we'll jump into that shortly. So as you can see then, the gold one there is actually a priority 1 mission. I can't start it at current, but we will go into that a little bit later. I won't be able to start it today, but I will show you how you can get around actually doing that, starting those things, and what you're going to need. But for now, let's start a mission. Let's take this gas contractor here with the G3 materials. So as you can see, I'm going to be getting some, bring it up there, some raw gas, some service awards, and some common gas as well. Now, that is for absolutely zero. Absolutely nothing there. That's what I'm going to get. So the only thing I have to do really is put an officer on there. If we can just get it up there. And as you can see, there's now a green line appeared, which is the chance of success, giving me 100%. So it's now boosted what I've got there. Now above it as well is a multiplier. As you can see, it's got 3.39. So basically just putting that one officer there is multiplied everything in there by just under 3.4 times, so, or 340%. So let's take him out. Now if I put an officer in there, oh hello, put an officer in there who actually is defense, no, come on, and as you can see, oh, for some reason he's actually lower. Interesting, that one. But at 3.29, and he's giving me those kind of figures, but it's still giving me that 100% chance. Now we do have this little filter button here, and obviously you've got 4 filters. Now as you can see, I've got some officers here that are saying D, B, G. They are assigned to ships. So if I click on not deployed, nope, it's not that one. Click on not docked, it's going to remove them. Now if you actually can see across there as well, you've got Keenster. He's actually on assignment, so again, click the assignment, that's going to get rid of him. So what this does is cut down the number of officers that are in there. Now if I click apply and then scroll through, these are the officers that are there. Now, if they are on ships that are currently currently out, then obviously you'll need to click the officers not deployed. So what it does is basically saying, all I want is officers that are not in the docks on ships, not on ships and deployed, or not actually on assignments themselves. And that leaves you with what you've got here. Now, the next thing as well, when you actually look at this, if you actually look at just underneath the main part, is the critical chance of crits. These are critical successes. As you can see, we've got a couple of officers with blue dots on them. These are traits. So click on traits, and that's going to give me all the available officers for traits. Now, obviously, I've got it set to defense, so this is going to work in my favor. Now, if we, what are these traits? Well, basically, these are extra abilities assigned to officers. And if you click on that tab there, you're going to find ways to actually, you're going to find where you need to upgrade them. Now, you're going to need this trait XP. This can be gathered from a couple of different sources. Most notably, one thing I will say, if you can do it, is here in the Bajoran faction store. And if you click on the uncommon loot, as you can see, I'm getting 5,000 guaranteed trait. Now, that's for me at op 60. So I click 3 chests of this when the timer cools down just under 6 hours of time of recording. I can get 15,000 trait out there. Or if I actually if I do enough of the Mardas, I can do the 4 chest pull, giving me 20,000. Doing this every 2 days is really going to build up the amount of traits, especially if you do leave it for a little bit, build it all up, and then you're going to then smash it all out. Now, there are varying levels of what your traits you're actually going to need. The epics obviously are going to require more in the way of traits required. So if we look at Carol, obviously she's going to have 3 traits. A rare will only have 2. A rare officer will only have 2 traits, and a common officer will only have 1 trait. So obviously picking an officer is what you want to do this mission is valuable. Now, obviously my Baron's changed to strength, so he's put the officers in order of strength. But as a new part of this update 78, we've got this new button called auto assign, which is going to allow me literally to assign officers best for this. And as you can see, it's filled in all my traits for me and done it. Now, you can see what the figures are for there. Now, if we actually took these 3 officers out myself, switched it on to defense, and then put the 3 officers in that I think, well, guess what? These are only going to be scientists, so let's just take a couple out and, replace, let me think, do engineering and No, not that one. Not that one. It was a minor, wasn't it? So we needed. So I need to scroll down and find a minor, which is actually him. So if we click on there, again, maxed out, but it's giving me the same. Really, not much difference. So now this is not a guarantee. This is an 8-hour mission. So yeah, take it as you will. Change them if you don't like what it automatically assigns for you, or just send them on assignments. So now, as you can see, I've also got a timer where you can speed these things up. As you can see, you do have away team speed ups. You will get them on a progression through various different methods, sometimes in the battle pass, but now we've got a direct sourcing through the new augment upgrade updates that's also been released. So as you can see, I can press smart speed up and it's just going to clear that off, and now I've got 3 missions to actually collect. So that's the away team's assignments. Pretty simple, relatively easy to do. Just get cracking on with it. Obviously, depending on where you are in the game will depend on where your focus is going to be. Now, moving on to the priority one bit, this is new. A new feature, bringing in to actually give these missions for G5 and G6, because when ATAs was released, G5 didn't exist. It didn't exist, and they didn't even contemplate the idea. So if we jump into this one, as you can see, it's already given me the officers that's got for discipline, for the traits. But yeah, if I took the trait ability out, it's going to give me a load of new officers. Now, if I click auto assign, it's going to give me the officers that it thinks will do this mission. Yeah, I've only got an 83% chance of succeeding this mission. Now, as a low level player, you are going to encounter this barrier quite a lot until you start maxing officers. Maxed officers, maxed ranking and maxed level will actually boost your ability to actually successfully complete this mission. But if we actually look at what I'm going to be getting off this one, so I'm going to be getting some uncommon G5 gas and some rare refined gas as well, which is something which is desperately needed in the G5, G6 areas. And I'm also going to be getting officer shards as well. But I'm also getting this new Pioneers chest. Now, this is something that we're going to be getting trickles of, and this is what you're going to need in the research tree. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but as well with these, you're going to need these planetary charts to actually do these missions. Now, I didn't actually quickly mention the older versions. If we can find one, so if we click on this, and if we click on the top here, these are the original star charts that you actually had. You got rares and you also got commons, and there are also epics. So if we jump over to my inventory, I can quickly show you them. Okay, so here we are then in this particular section. As you can see, I've got some of the refresh tokens here. So these are what you're going to need to refresh the assignments. Then you got the rare star charts, is what I've just showed you. And then you got the epic ones right down here as well, for you to be able to do the assignments. And then you got these special charts, which basically unlocks the special away teams assignments as well. So that's the rainbow coloured ones. As I said, then you're going to need these planetary charts. As you can see, I've only got 100. I need 300 to start this one. So where am I going to get these? Well, it's simply going to the new update of the Augment Faction Store, which has come with patch 68. So if we click on Augment, and here we go. The chest in the middle of this one, which is the planetary charts, clicking on there. And as you can see, I'm going to get a guaranteed chance of planetary charts, but I'm only getting 160. And where do I need? I need these credits, the common Wraith credits, to actually do this. And it's a bit of a slog to actually do, but as well, I've got a chance of trait and some Amad speed ups too, and some of the refresh tokens as well. So common Wraith then, so we jump in here. This is where I'm going to get those particular credits from. So as you can see, I'm going to get 400 out of this chest, but I need to spend 600,000 of hijack splicers. Yes, this is going back a little bit more into the augment system, and basically where you're going to have to go for them, sadly, is out to the new augment space to actually do this. So situated here between Federation and Dominion space is Augment space, and we should be able to look into one of these systems. This is obviously level 32. They do start at 26, but these are your targets, and basically this is what they're going to give you, the hijack splicers. Now there are 4 versions of it. There's the common, the uncommon, rare and epics, but obviously you'll get them the higher up you go. So it is a bit of a grind just to do this away teams, sorry to say, but that's just the way it is. Now, to gain access to them, you will definitely need to go to your research tree, and then you will need to complete this one at level 1 just to give you the first assignment. And then of course you're going to need these hijacked insignias, which again is back in the augment section. As you can see, by completing the special away team assignments for Khan, or by completing the champion challenge missions found in the augment faction store. We'll just look at that in just a second. So this will give you one particular assignment. As you can see, I've got one. That's literally all I can do. And then it's going to give me those pioneer chests, which is what I'm going to need to start doing all the research. Now, I would recommend that you do this one as well as your first go. It's not going to reduce it by an awful lot. As you can see, 1% is the starter. There are 5 levels to this, and it's going to give you a 5% drop. Wow. Not an awful lot, in all honesty, because if you have a look at this particular one, this should be 500. I need 495. Yeah. So completing that one away team's assignment will allow me to do this piece of research. But the research here is... it's reasonable. I'm not going to deny it. I mean, it's got a chance to give you some Apex Shred as well. So basically against players and the Red Dots and Armadas. So that's really going to help you with things like your Revenant, grinding those Borg Type 03s, Armada solos, and the Borg polygons as well when you get to the point... what? Hang on. Apex Shred. That's Apex Barrier. So yeah, so when you get to the point 1s and the point 2s. So material optimization, which is going to add a chance to get a standard non-priority away team assignments, which can reward guaranteed uncommon materials as well, which will be nice. But as well, they've added this extra thing in at the bottom. There's a requirement to meet. You need rare officers, and you're going to need 5 of them maxed out at rank 5, not level 30, just rank 5. So you are going to have to start working on things like your recruits and recruitments and all that. The sourcing for that is all over the game in various different places for the different officers. But in here, what you'll also find, which to help towards getting that, is you're going to find these efficiencies for various different sets. You've got DS9 crew here, basically reducing the cost for the promotions in the terms of, well, I'm going to be guessing because it doesn't actually specifically state. It just says cost efficiency, so XP and faction credits to do this. And then you've also got other crews, like you've got the Ferengi here. So again, that's going to be the independent credits. And then let me have a think. Not Lower Decks, not Strike Team, Enterprise E, no. Voyager, no. Hang on. I'm sure they had an odd one in here for as well. No, by look. Oh yeah, here it is. The Borg. This one you're going to need active nanoprobes to actually upgrade the Borg officers. So I'm going to guess that's going to also upgrade that. But as you can see, you need to go through the tree one by one to actually unlock everything. Now on the bottom is the original research, which you will need to do as a new beginner player as well. Working your way through this, it's going to take you time to do. And you're probably going to need around about 1 billion of those service awards. I think 1 billion. I think it was around about that. Just to actually complete all these. And then as well, there are going to be some merit awards, which is the epic version of the service awards, and you're going to need a fair chunk of them as well, about a couple of 100,000 at least. But you've got various things in here from PvE stuff, you've got mining stuff, you've got building speed, research speed, Armada stuff, cargo, lots of different stuff. in here as well, and also stuff to work towards your officers' abilities as well. So it is worth actually doing. It will actually help you with your game as well. Now, as well, there's the away teams store. So if we actually go look at that. So starting off with the legacy, this is what you'll originally see before you get the priorities. In here, this is where you'll spend those away team credits, which is the mini shuttlecraft, and you're going to spend it on things like your ships and all that. You do have relative pricing. So if we take, let's take the original Enterprise in the game, which you can see here, 3,650 just for one blueprint. But if you wanted to scale it up to 2 blueprints, it's going to cost you 3 to 4 times the amount. Same again when you go to 3 chests. It gets very pricey. Cost efficiency is crap. Stick with the 1. It is a 24-hour cooldown time. I mean, I'll pull this one just to show you. Sorry, 22-hour cooldown timer. There you go. Yeah. Now, if you've got the ships, you can work on your reputation as well if you want. So, give you decent levels of reputation. Me, for being Op 60, is going to give me 8.4 million. And again, this is a 22-day cooldown timer to actually do as well. So, you can pull that. Cost efficiency, again, is not very good. Sadly, though, they stop at G4 ships. Hence the reason the Enterprise A there's nothing above G4 in this particular chest. Now, with the new chest as well, you've got these, so you can come in here and get some of your new ships. Looking at the Enterprise again, as you can see, this is going to require your Pioneers chest, so hence the reason why you're really going to have to be choosy, really picky about where you're spending that Pioneers it's not chest, sorry, crest. Really where you're going to spend it. So as you can see, I need 375 to pull an Enterprise blueprint in here. But what I can tell you is this is a 20-hour cooldown timer, which is going to be fantastic. So if you want to work things like your your Intrepid, a little bit cheaper, but again, it's entirely up to you if you want to go spend in here. G4, obviously all the G4 ships in here as well. If we look at the Enterprise Age, you can see it's 500. Again, looking at the cost conversion there from 1 to 2 chests, 4 times the amount. Or if you wanted to go to 3 chests, it's 10 times the amount. The cost efficiency is absolutely crap. But that's the way it is. G5, obviously we're going up to the G5 ship. So as you can see, I've already pulled this one. I pulled it in the first take of doing this video. So some of the stuff that's already been done was done in the first take of this video, sadly. But there were certain things I missed in that particular video. So yeah, here's your 3 epics: the Enterprise, the Rataran, and the D-Deridex B-type Romulan Warbird. So yeah, so nice little things there. Then you've got the standard boost, as you can see. I'll put a screenshot up of that particular chest in editing when it comes around in just under 5 hours. So you can see what's in that particular chest. I can't remember what's in it. It looks like some service awards, some merit awards, and some of the shuttlecraft, if I remember correctly. So looking at the picture on it, so I think that's what it is. So it's the original stuff, just giving you some towards finishing that research if you haven't maxed it out yet. Realistically, that's going to be a no-go for me now. The next thing is going to be these 3 faction ones as well. These are mega claims, and basically what it's going to do is give you a pile of faction credits, some reputation, the elite recruit tokens, which was the most ridiculous thing they brought in. The cost efficiency on that one was absolutely shockingly crap. I have done a video on that. You'll have to check back through the records to find it. But it was a video where it's like really scopely, but and then obviously some Klingon messages to pull Federation credits from the Federation faction store. So obviously the other ones will have the varying messages representative what you need in those particular faction stores. But starting off at 2,200 for 1 chest, and then increasing by just over 3 times for 2 chests. Now this will help you when you're going towards getting your faction ships, so it's going to like help me towards my Enterprise D. But again, it's costing me an absolute fortune to actually do. So what would be cheaper for me? Would it be cheaper for me to go through and just pull the Enterprise D? If we look in here, it's 550 per chest. But if I wanted to go for the 1 chest out of that particular the Federation faction one, I'd have to spend 2,200. So that's a 2 chest. So getting 2 blueprints, right? 2 blueprints. Now, here we go. We'll do a little bit of cost efficiency, right? So this is 2,200 for the 2 chests, right? Go back out. We'll go back to that faction store, which again is 2,200 for the 1 chest, giving me 20,000 Federation credits, right? 20,000 Federation credits. So now we'll have to go into the faction store. I can't remember if I've got one at Legendary yet. Yes, Romulans are Legendary, so that's fine, because that means I can now access the Warbirds cost. So as you can see, I've already got 3 blueprints. Now, per blueprint is 3,000 Federation faction credits. Right, this is the same for all 3 factions, Romulan, Klingon, Federation, for these G5 epics, right? So 3,000. 20,000 faction credits is going to get me 6 blueprints. 6 blueprints, right? But yet for the same, and that's for 2,200 Pioneer crests, right? 6,000. So 6 blueprints. But yet you go to the thing, you go to the faction store, for 2,200 you can get, using the single, going in here to get this, a single blueprint at 550, you're going to get 4 blueprints over 4 days. Over 4 days. Well, yeah, just about 4 days, because you can't, that's only 16 hours taken off in total if you follow the timer. Is this really worth it, this particular chest? When you could spend, if you've got it, a few days doing the away team assignments, getting those Pioneer crests, and then coming in here to get 20,000 credits, which will give you 6 blueprints in a single pull. But you need 2,200. That's 3 priority 1 away missions. So that's 3 of them. They're on a 4-day timer, so that's 12 days if you don't use speed ups. Yeah. I don't think this chest is really going to be good. I was building up to the fact that this chest is actually going to be awesome. Yeah, sorry. Hate to inform you, no. This chest is not going to be efficient whatsoever. It's cost effective. Don't get me wrong. It is more cost effective. Yeah. But the problem you've got... you need to go kill these to get these. And you're going to need a shitload of them to come in to spend in here to get these. To come into this chest to get 1 chest of this to get 160 of these. Now you can do that on a daily basis if you want. It will take you, what, 2 days to get enough planetary charts to do 1 away mission? Because if you remember correctly... you need 300 to do that. 160 plus 160 is 320. So you need 2 days to do 1 assignment, which takes 4 days to do. But you're getting 900 of the Pioneer crest. So you're going to need 3 of these missions. So that's going to be 6 days worth of grinding and pulling to pull that one chest. So 6 days of grinding just to go in and pull that one particular chest. 6 days of grinding, 3 away team missions, which you'll have to speed up unless you want to wait the 12 days. Now, the 12 days will be absolutely fine. You can go out and grind to your heart's content and get as many of those things as you can. But again, you can only get 400 Wraith tokens a day. So, yeah. A bit of a buzzkill, the fact of how much grinding you've got to do. It's as bad as the mission that I've got, the events that I've got to do, which I've only got a few hours left to do. And I ain't going to get it completed because it's ridiculous. Going out, killing enemies into this one, but I can only hit, I can just hit the 54s. But I've got to hit 28 million points, and the 54s are giving me under 200,000. That's a hell of a lot of kills. A hell of a lot of kills when I can only kill 7 in a run. Yeah, 3.5 hours left to do it. I ain't going to get it done because I've got things to do this afternoon. So, yeah. And what's that? It's giving me materials, and I really could do with the ore out of there as well. But, hey-ho, I've made my point, and I've been given other officer options to try, which seem to work. It pulled it down from 252 targets that I had to kill in the level 50s. But, yeah. So you've got a lot to actually do just to use that away team store. But if you don't want to really even bother with the store, crack on and just do the missions, and then just do these when you come round to do these priority ones when you come round to them. So it's entirely your choice. But anyway, there it is. That's the away teams update. I am going to work on the augment store. It might take me a couple of days to get around doing it because I need to work out the loop properly and follow it in progress. But for now, that is the away teams. If you did actually like this video and you found it helpful and informative, please give it a like, smash that like button, should we say, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to click the bell notification so you know when I'm releasing new videos. Also, if you've got any comments, if I've missed anything, please drop it in the comment section down below, because there's always times I'm going to miss stuff, especially in new content. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Hope you, well, stay safe, live long and prosper, and I shall catch you on the next video. Goodbye.